Layout and fastening for the pine crest shake will go as follows. So when I'm on the bottom row, I'm going to have a 1/2 inch overhang, and my fasteners are going to be 1.5 inches up from the edge. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll come back in the back. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next panel will come on and we'll share those fasteners. Now when I'm laying it out, the pine crest shake has locating points. You're going to see there's one here, it's the double, and then there's also one here on the double. Now they will take one of my edges on my next panel. So you can see here that the waterways all line up. So that's going to be one panel here. And then when I fasten this one, we're going to go down through the front nose. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. And the back shelf will stay the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then once again, we'll have my hip points or locating points right here. And you can see the waterways will go ahead and line up once again. When dealing with our pine crest shake direct to deck, you're going to want to do the following for our standard install. Now the pine crest shake can go left to right or it can go right to left. You're going to have factory edges on everything. Okay? So once we get our drip edge, our gutter riser, chalk our line to achieve a 1/2 inch overhang, and we're going to go ahead and start doing our panels. So first panel on the bottom row, we're going to come down, make sure we're straight with our chalk line. And you can see we're going to come about 1.5 inches to 2 inches up, just a screw length up, and go ahead and fasten that fastener down through the top of the panel. Get one on the left side, and then go ahead and make sure that's straight, and get one on the right side. Now the panel is locked in, I can fill in my fasteners. Okay? Now you can see that I have 4 in the front, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to need the same amount in the back shelf as well. So we're going to come back here and fasten in that back shelf. Now when I'm doing the back shelf ones, make sure I don't over tighten these. We don't want to flatten out this back shelf and flatten out our 90 degree. So now you can see once I'm all done with this one, you're going to have 4 in the front and 4 in the back, and that's going to be for our filled panels or our full panels. Once I get that fastened, you can come back with your next panel, and you can see how these are going to overlap. They're just going to fit into the grooves. So approximately 2-inch overlap. And then since this is the bottom row still, we're going to go ahead and fasten through the top on the bottom, and you get those fastened in the back as well. Once I get that panel on, I can come back and start my second row. So the second row, you can see I'm going to find my locator points. Okay? Each panel is going to have 2 location points, one there and one on this side as well. Now it's very important to hit these because you can see once I find my locator points, I put one of my ends of the panel into that locator point, and then it's going to make all of my waterways on the back shelf and front shelf line up, as you can see here. Okay, those have to line up to fit correctly. So then I go ahead and just overlap those. And now here, from the second row up, we're going to go ahead and put the fastener through the front nose on an angle to get that screw back into the deck. So once again, one on the left, make sure this is nice and tight up here. One on the right, now that panel is locked in. Now I can go ahead and fill in the rest of my fasteners. Once again, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the front nose. Now I'm going to need that same 4 in the back, just like we did on the bottom. Make sure we don't over tighten those. And then once I get those fasteners all in, I'm going to find those locating points once again. Like I said, each panel is going to have 2, and it's going to be those doubles that you can see there. And we take our next panel, and we find where one of our ends is going to fit into that locating point. You can see how tight that will fit, and then we'll go ahead and fasten just like we did on row 2 through the front nose. Now when we're all said and done, the bottom row, since we did go through the top, we're going to take our caulking and go ahead and caulk those fasteners. and then take the chip from our touch-up kit and throw the chip into that caulking so it will blend into the panel.